The General Secretary of TSSA trade union, speaking at a pro-Hamas rally in London, claimed the Ayatollahs liberated Iran. It may be the sort of thing you expect to hear from a left-wing trade union leader in the UK, but the General Secretary of the TSSA trade union is a woman, and she's from Iran, whose parents sought refuge in England. How can a woman from Iran, whose parents sought refuge in England from the Ayatollah regime, claim the Ayatollahs liberated Iran? Maryam Eslamdoust, whose surname Eslamdoust literally translates as Islam lover, was born in Tehran, Iran. As a child, she moved with her family to the Kilburn area of London. Presumably, they couldn't tolerate living in an Islamic state. You would assume she would be grateful for the opportunity she was given to live in the UK. She was educated at the School of Oriental and African Studies, also known as SOAS, and University College London. She has a degree in economics from SOAS and a master's in law from University College London. But despite her privileged education and her qualifications, she seems to have the brains of a pigeon. Let's hear what she said in her speech at the pro-Hamas rally in London.
The one thing that the West and Israel fear the most: liberation. Everyone outside the West knows that the precondition for their lives, their success, their flourishing is liberation.
Well, your precondition for success and liberation was coming to England.
Liberation from imperialist occupation. We Iranians liberated ourselves from Western occupation. Palestinians must have that liberation from occupation.
What are you talking about? How did the Islamic takeover of Iran liberate you? If you were liberated from imperialism, why did your parents choose to come to the British imperialism? If you disagree with your parents, then F off back to Iran to enjoy your liberation.
Liberation from Western interference. Thank you.
Liberation from the Western interference? You lot are the ones asking for the British government to interfere for a ceasefire. You never asked Hamas to release the hostages for a ceasefire, but you want the British government to pressure Israel for a ceasefire, so the Palestinians continue to suffer under Hamas.
We Iranians will liberate ourselves from such interference. It is a daily struggle.
Which Iranians are you speaking on behalf of? Which Iranians delegated someone as stupid as you as their advocate or as their representative?
Palestinians must have their liberation from interference. Liberation from aggression. The Western powers fear liberated black and brown people so much that even when we've liberated ourselves from their occupation and interference, those powers will maintain the aggression of bombs and invasion to keep us in our place. We will liberate ourselves from this aggression. We will flourish. Free, free Palestine. Solidarity.
What a stomach-churning speech. And look at those hordes of useful idiots clapping. You know, well done, well done. You're an embarrassment to all Iranians, despite all your education and qualifications. My goldfish is more intelligent than you. You're the proof that university education doesn't make you intelligent, that university these days are useless. You've never had a proper job in your life. That's why you have no common sense. Go and tell the women in Iran who are fighting the mandatory hijab every day that they're liberated. Go and tell the Baha'is of Iran that they're liberated. Go and tell the LGBT or whatever you call it that you claim to stand up for on your trade union's website that they're liberated in Iran. I posted this on X. I posted and I tagged Maryam Eslamdoust, the General Secretary of TSSA Union, speaking at a pro-Hamas rally. The Ayatollahs liberated Iran. Send her back to Iran, where the effing hell is the Iranian opposition, to put her in her place. And she responded saying, we were forced to leave Iran because of Western medical sanctions. First of all, there are no medical sanctions on Iran, but without getting into that complicated argument, even if there were, so why did you come here? I mean, Britain is also imposing sanctions against Iran. Why did you come here? Why didn't you go to an Islamic country or to Cuba or to China? Because here you were liberated. But you're not grateful to this country. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to the Iranians, you're a disgrace to your university, and the TSSA is a shit show for having chosen you as their General Secretary. And my last gripe is with the Iranian opposition outside Iran. If you'd stopped fighting amongst yourselves, if you'd been an effective opposition, this person would have never been able to say the sort of things that she said at that pro-Hamas rally. If this person gets away with it, it's because you are a useless, weak opposition.